Hey, 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 it is still April 3rd, 2025. We got another short snip. It's going to be short and sweet. We're going to do Ephesians chapter 5 if you want to turn there. I think I forgot in the last video to say that everything good begins with God, so we are not going to forget that this time. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 15, and we're going to go through 18. Um, all right, so Ephesians 5:15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. So, circumspectly is having complete awareness, 360-degree awareness all the way around you. Um, so, just that's what that means. Let's see. So, not as fools, but as wise. So, wise people walk circumspectly, and we're talking about spiritually, right? Redeeming the time. We went over time, but redeeming the time. Why? Because the days are evil. Wherefore, be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is. So if you're unwise, you don't know the will of the Lord. If you're wise, you know the will of the Lord. And one key in getting closer to perfection and understanding the will of the Lord is understanding when he says rightly dividing the word of truth. We went through Hymenaeus and Philetus, how they got stuff wrong. They erred in truth. So that's a very important part, understanding the will of the Lord. And to be not drunk with wine, wherein excess, but be filled with the Spirit. So this is really why I want to come here and talk about being filled with the Spirit. We haven't done a light and a darkness teaching. However, we have talked a lot about light and darkness, good and bad. Um, so here, as he's talking about being filled with the Spirit, um, more talking about people who are saved in this sense. What I'm about to say is we need to step out of the world, right? Because the more we let the world in, we have to let some of the spirit out. And that is in our walk. It's obviously not in our positional truth, it's in our function, our walk, our conversation, our state, how we conduct ourselves. So to be filled with the spirit at the beginning of your journey, when that pilot light gets turned on, as I've said in other things. Uh, you get finally the light, the Spirit of God inside of you, so the pilot light comes on. You have very little spirit of God, spiritual spirit, true spirit in you, right? So as you study, let's say it's 1% there of spirit, you have 99% of this world, bad. So as it comes in, the spirit of God, then that stuff starts coming out. So hopefully you go from one and 99 to two and 98 and 50-50 and then keep moving it. Once you're saved and you're walking in this, don't let it go back the other way. Okay, don't let this world trick you. It talks about the wiles of the devil getting entangled in this world. So to be filled with the Spirit, that means you have to remove and purge all the stuff of this world and all the fleshly desires that you have. You have to try and purge that stuff, right? So that you can be filled with the Spirit. So that's where I want to go with this one. But it's a great passage in Ephesians. Ephesians, again, is the pinnacle book on doctrine for the dispensation of grace, and it builds off of the doctrinal book of Romans. So grace, peace, and love.